Can be a great way to boost your mood, feel comfortable in your home all year.
I love that. Mark Hudak joins us now from Champion Windows and Sunroom Company. I'm going to talk about a whole lot of things, including your new website, which is exciting. But first, we got to answer the question that Tiffany posed before the break, which is, what's the #1 reason that people want a sunroom?
Yeah.
Right?
You know, I used to think it was mosquitoes and keeping the bugs off you. For many people, it's extra space. But really, the biggest thing, and this is why Champion's #1 in America, has to do with health and peace of mind and relaxation. You know, if they're building a healthcare facility or a hospital, even a retirement center, they build these with a view of nature. There's going to be trees, maybe a pond or a fountain, that sort of thing. Do you know why they do that?
For serenity.
Well, and it promotes health and healing.
Okay.
And this is, you know, it's everybody wants more outdoor time and outdoor space, but you're right, Wisconsin is not necessarily the right place for this. You know, sure, we get some couple of months in the spring, a couple of months in the fall that are perfect. You can just be out in your backyard or on your patio or deck, but in the winter or in the heat of the summer or when all the mosquitoes are out, you know, I look at it this way: what would another 5 years of your life be worth?
A lot.
A lot. It would be priceless, right? And so to have this kind of setting in your own backyard, it literally is priceless. And this is where Champion helps people take care of their home, their family, without the mosquitoes, without the headaches. And I think that's a big thing, headaches. You know.
For sure.
Yeah, you've been the #1 sunroom company since 2000. Why do you think you guys are the leader?
Well, you know, Qualified Remodeler Magazine is an independent outside source that does this research, has recognized Champion for over 13 years now. I think it's things like A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau, word of mouth, but it's also the fact that we take responsibility for everything. We design it, we build it, we manufacture it in our own factories, and we install it.
And it looks great, Mark.
You know, and we try to blend them in with your home. This is a beautiful sunroom. Here's a gable room that's tied into a ranch. You know, that roof line coming down is very unique, so you need to have something that's going to make sure it's aesthetic, energy efficient, and maintenance free. You get to use these rooms literally every day. Feel like you're outside. You know, walk right out of your home into your sunroom without rain, snow, wind, other things bothering you. You know,
That's so great.
I look at it, it's like everybody wants one.
It's true.
And now we make it more affordable, but you just got to avoid those headaches and the mistakes that seem to go with some home improvement projects.
Yeah.
Why do you think it does save time and money? You know, you said it's more affordable and things like that. How do you do that for people?
Well, Champion, again, being the manufacturer, we take full responsibility for everything. I always joke about being Molly and Mark's home improvement company. We couldn't make our own products, so we would buy components and pieces and parts. That means divided responsibility. Everybody's blaming the other guy. I look at things like headaches where if the contractor, doesn't matter what the project is, says, you know what, if you pull the building permit, you'll save a couple of $100. You know, it seems like a good idea. Everybody wants to save a couple of $100. But if you pull the permit and they do something that's not up to code, it's your responsibility to correct it. Right. You would have to correct it and bring it up to code, not the builder. Champion, we always pull the permits. That's one of those things that saves time and absolutely saves money and headaches.
What are some of the headaches that people should be sure to avoid, that you help them avoid?
Well, besides the thing with the permitting process is, you know, looking for companies that truly are established. You know, Champion, we're celebrating our 60th year as Champion Manufacturing Company. Just because a company has a patio room sitting out in a parking lot somewhere and, you know, has a phone number on it, doesn't mean that they really have like even a place of business, a showroom or an office to go to. I think a big red flag would be if the front seat of the car is the office, you should probably be real careful. Wouldn't you want to go see them? You know, that's one of the advantages of Champion. We're near Capitol on 124th Street, actually right by a Landmark Credit Union, interestingly enough. And, you know, you can see 3 full-size Champion sunrooms on display. You know, we've been there. Actually, that location for Champion's been there since the 90s. So those are the little things to protect yourself from.
And I think just the ability to see it live and in person, actually step into it and imagine it on the back of your house or to the side of your house is huge.
Operate the windows, open and close the doors, see what the ceiling and the ceiling fan is going to look like, those kinds of things.
Not only see it, but get a big discount because Champion right now has $2,000 off complete patio rooms. If you act today, you'll actually save an extra 5% too. So here's where Champion is located. They're right on West Worth Street in Tosa. The phone number on your screen to call for more information or go to their new website, getchampion.com. Thanks, Mark.
Thanks very much for having me.
We appreciate it.
Thank you.
And up next, a night out that offers